What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and today I'm back to talk about Warhammer 40K crossing over with Magic the Gathering. So by now, each and every card has been revealed for the 4 commander decks that we have coming out. We have the Ruinous Powers, which is all about chaos. We've got the Imperium deck, which mixes honestly everything Imperium. So we got Space Marines, Sisters of Battle, Sisters of Silence, Custodes, Guardsmen, Inquisitors. There's a ton. We've also got a Tyranid deck and a Necron deck. But today I will start my review with the Ruinous Powers deck, and it is a pretty interesting one. Out of the 4, I would say it's probably my least favorite based on how it plays, because it plays pretty chaotically. There's a few Cascade cards, which if you don't know what Cascade does, it basically makes you play the card on top of your deck for free if it's less mana than the mana of the card you played. So it's pretty chaotic, but one of the best things about the deck is that we have some pretty amazing named characters. So let's go ahead and start off by looking at the Primarchs. So the first Primarch we have here is Magnus the Red. 3, a blue and a red for a 4/5 Demon Primarch. It's flying, which makes sense, and its abilities are as follows. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each creature token you control, and he has the Blade of Magnus. Whenever Magnus the Red deals combat damage to a creature, you create a 3/3 spawn creature token. So what you want to do with this type of deck, if you are using him as your commander, is you want to make tokens, and the more tokens you have, the cheaper your instants and sorcery spells cost. So Magnus already creates spawns whenever he hits, and chances are he's probably going to be hitting since he does have the flying keyword, so he'll probably be avoiding any blockers your opponent has, hitting for 4, and creating a spawn, so now your instants and sorceries that you play are a little bit cheaper. I like this guy. I think he makes for a pretty good commander in a Spellslinger deck, and just the art looks pretty badass. Now moving on to the next Primarch, it is none other than Mortarion, the Demon Primarch. It is 5 and a black for a 5/6 Demon Primarch legendary creature with flying as well. His ability is that of Primarch of the Death Guard. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay X. If you do, you then create X 2/2 black Astarte warrior creature tokens with Menace. X cannot be greater than the amount of life you lost this turn. So this is an interesting card. It doesn't quite play as well as you think it would, because you have to lose life in order to get things done with his ability. Because if you can't lose life, then you can't create the Astarte warrior tokens. But depending on how you play the deck, you could lose life with like Sign in Blood or any other type of black cards that deal damage to you in order to draw cards, because now you're drawing cards, which is card advantage, and then you're able to create Astarte tokens at the end step, which if you're playing the deck as intended with blue, black, and red, and you also have Magnus out on the field, then the synergy kind of works all there together. And speaking of synergy, one of the characters that I think make for a better commander in this deck is that of Bellacor, the Dark Master. 3, a blue, a black, and a red for a legendary creature, Demon Noble, flying. His power is that of 6, and he has 5 toughness. So now let's look at what Bellacor can do. Let's look at the Prize of Chaos ability. When Bellacor the Dark Master enters the battlefield, you draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of demons you control. Remember what I said previous with Mortarion? Mortarion is a Demon Primarch. So you have Bellacor on the field, you play Mortarion, you would then draw 1 card and lose 1 life, because that's another demon that you control. Not just that, his other ability, the Lord of Torment, is whenever another demon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So right as Mortarion enters, he will be doing that damage to anything, be it somebody's face, a creature, planeswalker, you name it. So yeah, I would definitely say Bellacor is the better commander in these decks, especially if you want to use all the cards here already listed. I would say he's even a bit better than Abaddon, the Despoiler, which is the face card of the deck. But with that being said, the way this deck works is you kind of want to play more demons if you're playing Bellacor, so you might have to mix and match and draw other cards from other sets to make that synergy more viable for your deck building stuff. Maybe take out some Astartes cards because they won't be doing much in the deck. But yeah, I would definitely make this a demon-oriented type deck. Another card that I did want to talk about, it doesn't really have much synergy, but it's a very interesting card, is that of Drachnian. It is 4, a black and a red for a legendary artifact equipment. 6 mana is a lot to drop on just a piece of equipment, because equipment you still have to pay mana to equip. So you would need literally 8 mana to play it and equip it to a creature, but let's see what it does. Echo of the First Murder. When Drachnian enters the battlefield, you exile 1 target creature. Not just that, but whenever you equip it, the creature has menace and he gets +X/+O, where X is the exiled card's power. So say you're doing a mirror match and you're fighting against another person with Bellacor. You play Drachnian, exile Bellacor, and now the creature that you have equipped with Drachnian has +6/+O, and if it is another Bellacor that you have on your field, then you're going to be doing 12 damage in the air, which can quickly shut off games since you're going to be hitting for that commander damage, and once you hit 21, then clearly the opponent is gone. So it seems like a very interesting type of play style for this, where you have to be aggressive, you got to play lots of demons, and the thing is, since it's a chaos themed deck and there's a lot of chaotic cards in there, you're not really 100% in control, and you're kind of rolling the dice, so to speak, which is very fitting because that's chaos. That's 40k. You roll the dice and you see if the luck is on your odds, if the dice gods are in your favor. So with that being said, guys, I will give this deck probably a C+ overall. I like the feel of it. I like the demon Primarchs, the demon aspect of it. But when it comes to the Space Marines and the overall goal of the deck, I don't think it's as powerful as the other ones. But speaking of that, we'll take a look at the other 3 decks tomorrow and the following days. But let me know which one of these decks you will be picking up, if you will be picking up a 40k commander deck. And I think I'm going to pick this one up, even though it's not my favorite, and I'll also try to pick up the Imperium deck. But with that being said, guys, that's all I have for today. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Support us with Super Thanks or Patreon, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. This has been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll see you then. Peace.